Good morning, everyone. We begin in about 2 minutes. I'm Reverend Anne Alkangas, and please join with me in consciousness for this guided meditation. So get yourself comfortable and take a deep breath and allow that breath to create relaxation. Gently breathing in and out, feeling safe, feeling comfortable. And I will now speak in the first person, so join me in this consciousness. I invite my body to relax. I invite my mind to focus upon my heart center. I focus on the center of spirit, the essence of I am. I release thoughts of the world around me, becoming still, continuing to focus on my heart. And in this gentle breathing, slipping easily, lovingly, into the infinite possibilities of mind, transcending all concerns and moving into new realms of thought, new feelings, a place of deep knowing. And as I relax into the knowing, I notice my consciousness of the I am, of the One. I am a divine blessing. I am connected to the source of greatness, of all power. I still the chatter in my mind, breathing and releasing the whirling thoughts, elevating my awareness to the spirit within. My spirit self is my divine guidance. I feel a loving sense. It feels familiar, this state of being right now. As I connect to my divine nature, I know I am a blessing. I feel this blessing as it rises up in my awareness. I feel my senses awaken and heighten. And in my mind's eye, I move myself into a place and space where reality meets with the edge of truth, transcending the world as I perceive it, moving into the divine eye as I breathe in all of life's forces. I feel alive with all the life-giving forces that are who I am. Letting myself go even further now, breathing into my ever-increasing awareness of my divine connection, sensing a new, fresh rise of powerful, universal, divine power. I am one with Spirit. I am one with universal energy. I am empowered. I am guided. I feel the life-giving force of love coursing throughout me and around me. I feel it gently assisting, gently guiding. I am an energetic expression of love. I feel an energy rise from the base of my feet toward the crown of my head. I envision a divine golden stream of light that is bathing and filling my entire body. I see it cascading out and around me. I feel bliss, ease, and a new awareness. I sense the sparking of wondrous openings above the crown of my head. Blissfully peaceful, I feel waves of fresh energy filled with potential. My energy moves upward to meet with divine guidance, up, moving out from the top of my head. I now sense a violet color, a purple hue, swirling, expanding, a shimmering light, oscillating with the golden light. This is divine light. I notice above my head a ray of light, beaming now from the top of my head, filling my awareness with the magnificent, universal divine energy. I feel the direct connection. I know this is my divine pathway, my personal portal for all divine communications. I easily raise my vibration as I repeat this in my mind. I am raising my personal vibration. Aware of my universal divine source, I enter into this new vibrational state and receive communication just for me. I know divinity is flowing through and to me now. I feel protected. I feel loved. I feel the warm, loving, energetic field, the field of oneness. I feel it expanding now as I notice and connect with my unique energy. I feel myself flowing upon waves of love. I see all my concerns quietly disappearing into nothingness. I release them. Divine awareness is taking me even higher with each breath, powerfully strengthening my senses, heightening my awareness to all the new information. I feel elevated, ready to dive into realms of guidance, drawing closer and closer, higher and higher. New perceptions. My good. I am open to all forms of good. I feel the communications coming to me now through different waves of energy, drawing in even greater, higher states of awareness. Now, as my awareness moves out and across realms of communication, able to sense powerful, bountiful, heightened vibrations, waves of light cascading in and around. I feel, see, and hear. I am in the vastness of the divine, without time or space, perceiving infinity here and now. New depths of love surround me as the divine expands, unfolds. I feel the sense of majesty, a sense of the vastness of the universe. I sit in awe, witnessing rays and waves of light, colored fields extending out and away from me in all directions. I am resonating very high now as I feel myself dance in this field of love, swaying and dancing, mixing with source energy. I feel myself opening to new tones and subtle frequencies, and all external sounds are assisting me, moving my attention toward my divine guidance. I feel it. I sense my energy rise, even higher now, tapping into divinity, a healing, protective light source, expanding beyond perceptions, beyond matter, beyond a time existing in this plane of higher frequency. I've entered a new realm now. I relax here for a few moments, in a new space, as I observe the sounds, the colors, a sense of the presence of others, those who are here to guide me, to love me. Now allowing any and all guidance to be communicated. I open to the direct wave of clear communications. It may be from one or more living sources who come around me in a lovingly protective way. I am ready to receive and process messages through pictures, words, feelings, and other expressions. I take a moment now to tap in. I am here and allow my awareness to be filled with all I need in my life right now. So I continue to take a few moments to receive. Filled, content, open, I bring my focus back to my breath. Now one with the frequency of love, I continue to vibrate at a heightened awareness. I connected to all. I am. And I continue to receive, process, and perceive the world, now through new perceptions of the goodness. I am powerful and able to commune with my higher self and all who mean well. Through the universal intelligence, divine source available is infinitely available because I am one with it. And as I heighten my awareness, as I have done, I am divinely inspired. I am one with Source. I am alive, powerful, magnificent. I navigate my world with a greater sense of peace. For I am peace. I move with a greater sense of ease and understanding, able to see how life is always supporting me. My new openness and trust have enabled this new reality. And this powerful moment brings new potential, new perceptions, new awareness. Feeling grateful and blessed, moving towards perceiving my physical body now, bringing my attention to my body, to this room, knowing I am always very much connected. Noticing the top of my head. Once more, witnessing my divine connection. I feel stronger, healthier, better than before. I have a deep, deep knowing. I feel a compassion for myself that is growing stronger. And as I move forward with fuller heart, feeling the trust within, noticing each heartbeat. Love is magnified now, for I embody it. Confidently, I am able to continue my day, feeling great, having a new sense of guidance, inner guidance, more awareness than ever before, knowing all is well, and knowing that every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. And so it is.
It was a noise. Everything and everyone is working for me, not against me, for the greater good of everyone. Everything and everyone is working for me, not against me, for the greater good of everyone. There is nothing that I need to fear. Spirits in control everywhere. No need for doubt and worry. The universe is always supporting me. Everything and everyone is working for me, not against me, for the greater good of everyone. Everything and everyone is working for me, not against me, for the greater good of everyone. There is nothing that I need to know. I am peace and I'm in the flow. There's no need to feel misunderstood. The universe is working for my highest good. Everything and everyone is working for me, not against me, for the greater good of everyone. Everything and everyone is working for me, not against me, for the greater good of everyone. Everything and everyone is working for me, not against me, for the greater good of everyone.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, welcome to Unity of Hamilton on this very interesting weather type day. Yeah, it's for all of us that made it here. It's wonderful. Good. So my name's Reverend Pat Ball. I'm a retired Unity minister, and it's my pleasure to be your platform assistant to the main menu person, Miss Reverend Ann. So just to know that 10% of all we receive goes back out to the community. 5% goes to Unity Canada to help support the Unity Canada activities and mission, and the other 5% goes to mission services here in Hamilton, which is just wonderful. So let's start with Let the Change Begin by Janice Stanfield. Thank you, Emilio.
Not change the world we see. The change begins in you and me. We change the world around us when the change begins within. Let the change begin. Let the change begin. Let the change begin within. Listen from the willow tree is strength and flexibility. When nothing seems to go my way, it's time to learn to sway. So let the change begin. Let the change begin. Let the change begin within. Let the change begin. Let the change begin. the change begin. Let the change begin within. Patiently, courageously, be the change you wish to see. Let the change begin. Let the change begin. Let the change begin within. Let the change begin. Let the change begin. Let the change begin. Let the change begin. Let the change. Let the change begin. Let the change begin within. Let the change begin. 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 Let the change begin within. Let the change begin. 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 Let the change begin within. Let the change begin. 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 Let the change begin within.
What a great song. Hi, everyone. I'm Reverend Ann Alkangas, and I'm delighted to be here with you today. Let's begin with opening prayer. Close your eyes if that's comfortable. And I'll speak this in the I am, remembering that Spirit is all that is. And it is being me and everything, seen and unseen. In this moment, I remember that it is pure potential. It is the power back of everything. It is possibility. It is love. It's support, benevolence, guidance. All good things. And it is my life right here, right now. And as I remember this, I remind myself that I am always fully supported. It is my thoughts, my words, my deep-held beliefs that create the reality that is my life. And so I choose good ones, peaceful ones, empowering ones. I allow my faith to grow and to trust that I'm always looked after. So with a grateful heart, I let go and I let it be so. Please join with me in affirming. And so it is.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever been, everything I've lost or won, Everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment here, to a new beginning here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. And here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
Yeah, that was wonderful. Just a reminder that April 13th is the annual general meeting. And also this Thursday, there's a special class on art as a spiritual practice. It's just a one-off right now, isn't it? And what time of day is it at 12 noon? Okay, till about 3-ish, whatever-ish. Okay, great, wonderful.
Let me know.
Let Ann know, yes. Let her know how many people are going to come. And it's because art isn't like it's talking about the fact that art is meditation. And Ann has that in her. You guys can't see the room that we're in, but it is full of color, absolutely full of Ann's creations that she does in her meditation in the mornings. It's just amazing, amazing. Anyway, thank you so much for your contribution to making this world a more colorful place. That's wonderful. Well, today's absolute word is wholeness. I use my divine. I am life, wholeness, and health. For sure. Just as each day dawns anew, I am renewed in body and mind as I center in my spiritual nature. Whatever emotional or physical ill feelings I may experience, they pass from me with ease and grace. If I observe any discomfort or pain, and any thoughts or feelings, I renounce any power or importance I have given them. I stop myself from creating unproductive stories about my health. And don't we just love them, eh? They're so juicy and make them, yes. Instead, I give my attention to my divinity. As I remember and affirm I am life, wholeness, and health, whatever needs to be revealed or restored to wholeness is. And it's chemicalized into my awareness. I release them as I visualize and feel my wholeness. So I experience a new level of well-being. My body is strong. My mind is poised and at peace. My spirit is timelessly whole and perfect. No need to resist it or forcefully seek it out. I am grateful. I am divine. I am life, wholeness, and health. Let's say that together. I am life, wholeness, and health. And now Emilio is going to sing again another the other one wasn't Sue Riley, but another about change. Yes. This is all about change.
When everything changes, I can change anything. Turning the pages, everything's new. If life's little stages are teaching me anything, it's everything changes, and I can change too. Used to be when life got crazy, I'd get to feeling low. But I found that I can't let that faze me. 'Cause honey, now I know when everything changes, I can change anything. Turning the pages, everything's new. If life's little stages are teaching me anything, it's everything changes, and I can change too. Who expects the unexpected? Life sneaking up on you. And sometimes we all feel disconnected. What you gonna do when everything changes? I can change anything. Turning the pages, everything's new. If life's little stages are teaching me anything, it's everything changes, and I can change too. Why it works this way? Well, it's kind of strange, but it's true. When everything changes, I can change anything. Turning the pages, everything's new. If life's little stages are teaching me anything, it's everything changes, and I can change too. Changes, I can change anything. Turning the pages, everything's new. If life's little stages are teaching me anything, it's everything changes, and I can change too. Everything changes, and I can change too. Everything changes, and I can change too.
So today and all month we've been talking about how to navigate the tides of life, really. And boy, sometimes those tides are pretty powerful, and sometimes they're pretty subtle. And I don't know what you're experiencing right now, but I'm certainly in the kind of in the in-between. You know, nothing's too radical, nothing's too aggressive, nothing's too hyper happy. It's just peaceful. How about you? Where are you at? So I'd like to look at finding comfort in the discomfort, because that's certainly something that I've been working on my whole life, really. In the beginning, trying to avoid discomfort at great cost sometimes. And now recognizing that I can choose to be comfortable even if things are uncomfortable, and that it really truly is as simple as a choice. I remember back when I was first going to some of the New Thought conferences, and they were annual, and there was a woman on stage who was a minister for New Thought, and she was telling a story, and I can't remember her name now, but the story was a familiar one, the one of an acorn, and imagining a tree, and this acorn is growing on this tree, and life is good. It's springtime, it's summer, there's sun, there's rain, everything's lovely. And then winter starts to come, and the leaves fall off the tree, and this acorn is one of the last things left hanging onto this tree. And these great big winds come along and blow this acorn off the tree, and it goes flying and swirling and inside screaming to itself, "Oh my God, my comfortable home is gone, and what am I going to do?" Not recognizing that everything that it requires is right there in that acorn, and that tree was just a temporary place, a place to start, but not the place to finish. And so if you're experiencing this swaying, these high tides and low tides, and all of the discomfort in life, to recognize that when you stop and remember that you have everything right where you are, that everything's going to be okay. And so let's look at how can we do that. So this week we explore how being true to who we are opens the door to being open at the top and blossoming in the swing. And what I mean by open at the top is to be willing to have things look differently in the change. Not trying to force things to stay the same, no matter how familiar, or to recognize that what I have been embodying, and maybe you can say that to yourself as well, what I have been embodying isn't how I would like to experience life. How would I choose to embody, and what would I choose to embody? So 3 topics: allowing comfort in the discomfort, being true to the truth, and being open at the top. So being part of the sacred circle of the creative process, where nothing is separate and everything is part of the whole. And I guess that's the thing to remember. Things don't stay the same. They don't. They constantly evolve. I mean, there was mention of some of the artwork that I've done, and Facebook has this wonderful ability to show you what you posted last year so that you can compare it with where you're at this year. And there was a picture that I had done a year ago, and then I posted one that I had just done yesterday next to it to say, this is the evolution that I've made in the last year. And so even if they're positive versions of yourself or positive experiences, you are not the same person you were last year at this time. There is something about you that has changed. And hopefully that change has been positive, comfortable, but sometimes it hasn't, has it? I mean, I went through tremendous health challenges in the last year, and so did my husband. And yet here I am. I've never been happier in my life. Now, if you had asked me a year ago, I wouldn't have quite known what to say, because I was really reeling in the chaos of what was going on. But I believe that it's my spiritual practice that has allowed me to stay centered. So what's your spiritual practice that allows you to stay centered no matter what happens? And that's what I'd like to look at today. But only if this works. There. For you only reap what you sow. You don't have to do anything at all. Like physically, when we say you reap what you sow, you think of doing an activity. But it begins with a thought. It begins with your imagination. It begins with your feelings, which aren't actually an activity really. They are part of who you are, and to recognize that you can choose to feel differently, you can choose to think differently, and yet you haven't physically done anything, but you have changed your physical environment, even if you don't see it. So Ernest Holmes, who is one of the New Thought writers, says, you don't need to give energy to the essence of being. You simply have to let the law act and respond to your vibration. So if you're feeling like you have to push to make something happen, then you're doing it wrong. You know, unless what you're doing is building muscles and doing exercises or whatever where you have to push a little bit. But life doesn't require your pushing. Life requires that gentle way of just embodying that which you desire and then allowing the law to respond to that. So who are you being? What are you embodying right now? So allowing comfort in the discomfort means that you can choose to allow yourself to be comfortable, no matter how uncomfortable life might be. It's a choice. When you set the ego aside and allow life to express itself as you can flourish in the ebb and the flow. And it comes with recognizing your oneness. And I don't know how deeply you've gone into this idea of oneness. I forget often, and I have a lovely husband who reminds me when I'm worried about something or I'm stewing about something or I've forgotten that I create my life, and he'll say, what have you been thinking? What are you embodying? What would you rather embody instead? So we talked last week a little bit about us looking for a car. New to us, so it didn't matter. But we looked at that, and Randy had set ideas on how much he wanted to spend, how much he wanted for the trade-in, all of those kind of things. And for a little bit there, it was uncomfortable because both of us were trying to force something to happen. And we had a discussion after Sunday service. We're driving home because it's a new week. We're going to go and look at other vehicles again and whatever. And I said, what if we just decided how we would feel when we have the new car and it's the perfect one for us? What would that feel like? What would that experience be? And we embodied that. And within, I would say, a matter of days, we met the most beautiful salesman. He was lovely. We laughed and we joked, and it was really great. What we thought we would spend, it was almost 30% less than what we would spend. And we got the color that we wanted and all of those things, and it all happened. And I said to Randy, how did that all happen? And he got what he thought he should get for a trade-in. And he's going to pay in a check or whatever form the amount that he thought he would have to pay. And it all happened because we just went, it's all good. And I just imagined myself sitting in a vehicle that was comfortable and feeling really good there, whether I was driving or as a passenger. That's all I did. And then, of course, we went to a dealership. So you have to do some action. But so what have you got going on? What are you embodying? Perhaps it's, the loss of something major in your life. Like several weeks back, I talked to someone who had a huge life transition because their job was made redundant. And it wasn't something that they had ever expected would even happen. And yet it meant that now the grieving process begins, because we go through that, don't we? The what did I do wrong? You feel depressed, you feel angry, sometimes you feel happy and free, and that can all happen in the first 5 minutes of a big change. And maybe that's a physical change that you have, like a health issue or whatever, but you'll go through all of those, and that's normal. And to recognize that when you can sit back and say, I'm going through the anger phase of this stage at the moment, that's actually choosing comfort over discomfort. Because you're choosing to recognize what's going on and saying, okay, so this is normal. So I wonder what's coming next. Am I going to be laughing or crying or what? Because we're human, and it's okay. And again, my clicker is being slow. So any change can generate discomfort. And it can even be a little change. Like, silly little thing. Do you ever eat out? And do you ever get takeaway? Have you ever taken ice cream and sat in your car and eaten ice cream, for instance? They now have wooden spoons. I don't know about you, but it feels yucky on my tongue. And it tastes weird. And so now the eating ice cream isn't nearly as pleasant as it could be. So you know what I've done? I keep little plastic spoons in my car. So how do you navigate change? Because that's a silly little example of change. But the thing is that I had a choice to either not get ice cream anymore, and I wasn't going to do that. So I brought my own spoon. It doesn't have to be a plastic spoon, but, you know, and I know I'm being a little frivolous with what I'm talking about, but you can have fun with change, even if it's a difficult change. So change challenges you to question your own beliefs, whatever they are. And I know that I create my reality. So anything I've got going on, I have had a hand in it, or a mind in it, I guess is the better way to say it. And so when something changes, I say to myself, okay, so why is this occurring? Now, I don't mean seasonal change or changes in the world. I mean changes in my life experience. And often it's because on some level I'm ready for this new thing. Maybe not ready for the change, but ready for the new thing. So sometimes change involves moving away from your place, your family, the world that you live in, like your community, your friends. And I was even thinking about that, about how both Randy and I have had this wonderful ability to travel the, big parts of the country and live in different parts of the country because of the work that we both do. And have had deep, connected, beautiful friendships in all those places where we knew no one when we first got there. So that's finding comfort in discomfort. I mean, I could have gone to all those places and thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to be alone now. I'll just have to hang out with my husband and nobody else because, I'm in this new place and I don't know anybody. But it was a choice. It was a choice to reach out, to be who I am, and to know that I'm going to connect with somebody somewhere and it's going to be good. So what change have you got going on right now? And how might you embrace that? So when faced with uncomfortable situations, allow the peace that is everywhere permeate the situation too, because that's who you are. There's a part of you, and we've done this several times, maybe hundreds of times, is just to close your eyes and bring your focus from your head and all those crazy thoughts to your heart, to the center of where your support actually is. And to take that moment and say, okay, it's going to be okay. I don't know how. I don't even know why, but I know it is, because it always is. And it's usually always better. I may not paint it as better right away. Have you ever had that? It's like, oh, this is better? Really? But 2-3 years later, you look back and say, thank God that happened. So to exist without peace of mind in this world is to dwell in a kind of Hades. But the man of divine perception finds the earth a blissful abode, Yogananda. So again, he's speaking to, you can be peaceful no matter what's going on. So this is also Yogananda. Only those who partake of the harmony within their souls know the harmony that runs through nature. Whosoever lacks this inner harmony feels also a lack of it in the world. And that's, when you think about that, there is so much that you can buy into that's on the news right now. Or you can know that right where you are is harmonious and it's just perfect, and what's going on is just going on. The mind in chaos finds chaos all around. So if you've been sucked into all of the chaos of the news, perhaps look at it as an observer instead and say, am I buying into this? Or am I choosing to be the peace in the midst of this chaos? But he who has inner peace can abide in this state, even in the midst of outer discord. We were listening to the news, CBC Radio, international news comes on, I think, once an hour. And they were talking about an earthquake, and a building came down, and that they were searching and found this man after 40 hours of searching. And I thought, I would be so grateful that someone kept looking, no matter how difficult it was, after 44 hours. And the reason that he was still alive is, I believe, because he believed he would be found. Right? So, infinite peace surrounds my life and permeates all the moments of my existence. I am peace. Peace is my family. Peace is my people. Peace is my world. I am peace. Peace is revealing itself now in every way, everywhere. And it's something that I say to myself, maybe not quite that eloquently every day, but I remind myself that I can choose peace instead. And the words of this song, maybe you can sing a line or two of this one. I can see
clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day.
And it might seem, silly and all of that, but it's as simple as that. Look how much better you feel already. And that was just like 30 seconds. Peace does not mean that everything's fine. It doesn't mean that at all. What it means is that you allow the source within to infuse you with its presence amid the uncertainties of life. So shift happens. It's how are you being in the midst of that? Peace is changing your focus from fear or the pain and the loss to divine presence. It's choosing to live in moments, to live in the present, knowing your Creator is always with you. Because I don't know about you, but one of the things that I do the scary what if, and then I'm not in the moment. I'm worried about the next moment rather than, and I can't control that, but I have created it by wondering what's going to happen next. So, what can you do to be in the present moment when something's going on? What do you do? Do you breathe? Do you just remember? Do you close your eyes? What? Sing? Put on your favorite song? I know one of my strategies used to be, it's not now, because you'll know as soon as I tell you. One of my strategies was to start throwing stuff out when I was in discomfort, because somehow if I kind of vacated everything, I'd feel better. And so, I'd open drawers and it's like, oh, I haven't used that forever. Toss, toss, toss. But now everything that we have is pretty important to us. And I say we because there was a time where I would have happily thrown out all of Randy's stuff when I was in that mode. But then he would have figured it out and not been very happy with me, so that would have been discomfort. And I wasn't willing to throw my stuff out. So I've changed my strategy now that when I'm in discomfort, I think about organizing things instead of throwing them out. But that's spiritual growth, maybe? So from Sue Allen, she says, before we were born, maker of all baked the real remedy for anxiety into our dough. She's saying that before we were born, the maker of all baked the real remedy for anxiety into our dough. I like that. When our undeniable worries rise up, we simply repeatedly lay them down, entrusting them into the constant care of our Creator. Fear does not own us. Worries do not define us. In the presence of God, anxiety loosens its ugly grip. In the innermost place, where our deepest fears are faced, the source of peace permeates our surrendered soul with life-giving power. So, baked into you is everything you need. Absolutely everything. And the other key word is here in this statement where it says, our surrendered soul with life-giving power. Because you see, you have free will. You can do and think whatever you want. In the midst of crisis, if you want to be yelling, the sky is falling, that's up to you. The surrendered soul means letting go of how things look or look like they're going to unfold, and trust that something really fantastic is actually unfolding. So Emerson said, imitation is suicide. Be yourself. There is no one, nor has there ever been anyone, nor will there ever be anyone like you. So allow the divine to express itself in you, with you, and ultimately as you. You're perfect, just the way you are. And you're beautiful, just the way that you are. And you're magnificent, just the way that you are. And whether you're in discomfort or comfort, it doesn't matter. That perfection is who you are. So there is this beautiful temple in Barcelona, Spain, called the Sagrada Familia Expiatory Temple in Barcelona, Spain. Anybody know why it's so special? Never finished, yes. So it began in 1882 and still unfinished in the first quarter of the 21st century. The Sagrada Familia represents a physical, living, expanding form of our spirituality. That the people who designed it and originally built it knew that spirituality was supposed to be open at the top. And what open at the top means is ever expanding, constantly taking on the new expression of what's going on now. And so this building was a representative of that. And so every time that new people would come and be part of it, a new generation, they could build something attached to it because it was created in such a way. So the short story of the temple is that it is a church that is not finished. And the architects who have worked on the site leave room for the successor to continue the work with a different design, taking advantage of new ideas, new material, new technologies, etc. But always with room for updating. Just like the temple, you can keep your consciousness a space always open for your intentional evolution. So if you're hanging on with a tight grip about something, how about surrendering instead? And as I Googled this place, someone in Wikipedia, because I think that's something where everyone can put information in, made a statement that it was going to be completed in the year 2027 or something like that. And I thought I don't think so. Not if the consciousness of the building is to constantly evolve, then that isn't going to happen. So change is constant. We know that. Over time, these changes have been increasingly intense, different, and surprising. We're not better, they are not better or worse, they're just different. And I think that I am as delighted about my life as I am because of all of the ebb and flow, all of the changes, and all of the things that I've learned about myself and my resilience and my humanness and my connection to the divine. Can you say the same? So keeping open upward allows you to experience change, being true to your divinity as you expand in consciousness and love. And how can you be that for someone else? And maybe that's a good place to start too. How about that for homework this week? How can you be the reminder for someone in a gentle way that this change too is going to be good, whatever it is they're going through. Because sometimes that's all they need to hear, is that someone else believes they're going to be okay when they don't quite believe it yet. So this is your call to action. Go with the flow by blossoming in the back and forth of life. In the face of life's changes, you can flourish. Find and allow comfort in discomfort. Be true to the truth of who you are and stay open all the way up. So how might you stay open all the way up? Are you blossoming in the swaying? You look pretty darn good to me. So we talked about allowing comfort in the discomfort, about being true to the truth, recognizing that it's as close as you are. Just have to stop for long enough. And then also to be open for things to change. And give yourself permission.
Yes. Thank you. I give myself permission to be all I can be. I give myself permission to live passionate and free. I give myself permission to be all I can be. I give myself permission to live passionate and free. I give myself permission to be all I can be. I give myself permission to live passionate and free. Give myself permission to be all I can be. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to me? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fears, our presence automatically liberates others. I give myself permission to be all I can be. I give myself permission to live passionate and free. I give myself permission to be all I can be. I give myself permission to live passionate and free. I give myself permission to be all I can be. I give myself permission to live passionate and free. Give myself permission to be all I can be. I give myself permission to live passionate and free.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I have to ask you, the picture behind those PowerPoint slides, was that one of yours? I knew it. It is you, it personified. That is so beautiful. And how is it interesting about being comfortable in the discomfort? What did you guys, Emilio, do you want to come and get the microphone, please? And let's see, the question, how do I stay centered in my discomfort? Because we're all uncomfortable at some point. Yes. Who'd like to share?
Okay, Agnes is the Bruce of the online folks.
Oh,
so
good.
Agnes has something to say. She says, I like the Sagrada Familia concept to be opened at the top and to continuously evolve. And I'll just say, Anne, if you ever have the urge to want to throw stuff out, you can come to my place.
Anybody else right now? Bruce, don't you have something to say? Oh. Oh, yeah.
What came to me today was that lately I've been turning my burdens over to Spirit more. I used to just hang on to them and go, I deserve this, I'm supposed to feel this, I'm supposed to endure this. But now I've got, I've got 4 prayer lines on speed dial. Seriously. And
4.
some of them only allow me to call them once a day, right?
Oh, I see.
So that's why I have 4 of them. So you have more than one issue in a day sometimes, right? So that's what I do. So it works. It does actually work. So thank you.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
I have 2 things to share. One is that allowing discomfort comfort in the discomfort. I had my credit card fraudulently compromised.
Oh, no.
Yes. So I was alerted on Thursday morning that something suspicious, a transaction was made that was suspicious. So I called my credit card company, and and there were several transactions that had occurred, so they had to block it, and now they're sending me a new card. So it's inconvenient.
Yes.
But I feel, I trust that everything's going to unfold for the highest good. So I'm not as worried as about it. It's happened before. So, yeah. And one more thing I wanted to share regarding whenever I sing every day, so at retirement homes, and one of the things that I say before my last song is, no matter what's going on out there, we can always share the love and joy and goodwill in our hearts with everyone in right now where we are. So no matter what's going on out there, it doesn't matter. We can always create a life in our experiences right here, right now. And,
Yes, thank you.
That's
It's like Karen, using Marianne Williamson's words, in that song. That's wonderful. That to give yourself permission to be all you can be. Is there something else? Oh, good. Oh, Randy first.
Yeah,
Go
just
ahead.
if I'm going to make a change like that in my life, usually I hear something wonderful in church and go home, and pretty soon I forgot all about it. I come back Sunday and say, "Oh, Jesus, you've done that." Anyway, I found the best way is to have an affirmation, just words you say an hour, set your watch or an alarm or whatever,
Yes.
and keep affirming the change that you're making, and it keeps it in your mind. And that's the only way you can change your life.
So what affirmation are you going to have this week then, Randy?
I got to work on that at home.
You got to work on that at home. Okay. Wendy, you got some more stuff on the internet?
Yes, the at-home folks came to life here. So Celia said for her, the takeaway was shift happens.
Yes.
And then she says it's catchy and it makes me pause.
Yes.
And we hear from Brenda Marie McNeil Johnson. I am in a tough situation. Change is needed to correct it. I welcome change.
Ah, yes.
And Gertie, how much easier life is when I can learn to be comfortable with discomfort.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. And to our people in Winnipeg, too. We have some people visiting Winnipeg, visiting other people in Winnipeg. So, yes, and just having a wonderful time. The Sagrada Familia, my son's going to go to Barcelona in a few weeks. And so I must ask him if he's going to go and see that. That's great. That's just amazing. One of the things that I laughed about was your organizing. One of my friends said that about her wife. She said, "I always know it's been a stressful day when I come home and find her alphabetizing the spice rack." Yeah. Yeah. So for me, it's about just actually the serenity prayer. For me, I just keep reminding myself all the time to accept the things I can't change. There's so many, and just to have the courage to change the things I can, which is my own thoughts and feelings about it. So thank you again. It's time now for conscious giving of our financial blessings, and to know that we can share them with the world through giving them here as we tithe out. Let's say the affirmation together, shall we? Divine love that I am blesses all I give and all I receive. Thank you. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to, is that on YouTube or YouTube? YouTube, yes. Well, I've been subscribed for many a year or so. Yes, thank you. Oh yeah, this great song by Anthony. Take it away, Emilio.
I decide what matters to me. It's my decision to be in the flow. And I decide what to let in, and I decide what's got to go. Yes, I'm the one with the power to choose every thought and every belief. I'm the one with a voice inside that has the power to set me free. Oh, I decide what matters to me. It's my decision to be in the flow. And I decide what to let in, and I decide what's got to go. Yes, I'm the only one who knows what's true, for the true self who lives in me. Yes, I'm the only one who's gonna ever know what my body, mind, and soul really needs. And that is why I decide what matters to me. It's my decision to be in the flow. And I decide what to let in, and I decide what's got to go. Oh, but every time I forget my own power and start doing what I think I should do, gonna take a step back and pull my soul in so I can listen to the voice that's true. It always says, I decide what matters to me. It's my decision to be in the flow. And I decide what to let in, and I decide what's got to go. I decide what matters to me. It's my decision to be in the flow. And I decide what to let in, and I decide what's got to go. Yes, I decide what's got to go. Oh, I decide what's got to go. Yes, I decide what matters to me.
And know that we're always here to pray with you. Knowing the truth for you is an absolute honor. So if you do have a prayer request, send it to prayer@unityspiritualcenter.com. And I'll know the truth for you. And I'll embody the truth for you. And what a fabulous life I get when I get to do that for you too. So let's say the prayer of protection together if that's comfortable. The light of God surrounds you. I am the light. The love of God enfolds you. I am the love. The power of God protects you. I am the power. The presence of God watches over you. I am the presence. Wherever you are, God is. Wherever I am, God is. And all is well. And let's end it with this fabulous Beatles song, Let It Be.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And with the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh let it be. Yeah, there will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. All right, everybody swing. Swing. I'll send you to swing. Yeah. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh let it be. Yeah, there will be an answer, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, yeah, let it be. Yeah, there will be an answer. Let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be.
You know, it's interesting, those words to that song, and that the Beatles, I don't know who wrote the song of the Beatles, but that they understood that in times of trouble for them, Mother Mary came to them. It was his, okay. And you know, what comes to us when you practice being comfortable in the discomfort? You know, is it a sense of serenity when you close your eyes and say, something good is unfolding here? So maybe you'll hear that song in a different way from now on. Remember, I love you. Thank you very much for being here. Bye for now.